We often heard that breastfeeding is the best for babies. But did you know that it has a lot of benefits for moms too? Breastfeeding is hard work, but the benefits it gives out weighs the hardship that may come with it. In this video, you will learn about the 8 breastfeeding benefits for moms. But before we proceed, please like the video and subscribe for more baby tips and stories. Click on the notification bell to get notified should a new video come out. The material in this video is provided solely for educational reasons and is not intended to be taken as medical advice. Let's get started. Convenience. Breastfeeding ensures moms that they can feed their baby wherever and whenever the baby wants to drink milk. No need to heat, boil, or sterilize bottles. Not to mention you don't have to get up and prepare formula in the middle of the night. Breastfeeding allows you to feed your baby at night by simply wearing comfortable sleeping attire. It's handy and you need not to worry about making sure the water is warm enough. No worrying about possible dirty or contaminated milk too. With breastfeeding, you can assure your baby what you're feeding him or her is fresh and natural. Planning to have a family trip? You don't have to worry about bringing a bag of formula feeding essentials such as bottles, a bottle warmer, or even think about how many bottles to bring. All you need is a spot where you can comfortably feed your baby and you're good to go. You can add a few more personal belongings instead of putting a whole bag of formula feeding essentials into your suitcase. It also makes attending to your baby simpler because you won't have to lug around a bag full of milk supplies. Cost effective. The formula is definitely not cheap, and the costs vary widely depending on the brand. Breastfeeding, on the contrary, only needs a 500-calorie daily excess for the mother to be able to feed the infant. Also, more infections occur as a result of a bottle and formula feeding without sanitizing bottles properly, resulting in higher medical expenses. Not to mention, on average, it costs $1,733.75 to feed a newborn formula during the first year of life. According to the U.S. Surgeon General, families who breastfed can save anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 in the first year. So instead of spending this amount to buying formula, you can save it or use it for other baby essentials. Or you can spend it to treat yourself to a mom's day off or a family date. Reduce the risk of ovarian cancer. According to research, breastfeeding can also reduce your risk of ovarian cancer by delaying ovulation. The less you ovulate, the less estrogen and irregular cells that could lead to cancer are exposed to you. According to Wikipedia, estrogen is a category of sex hormone responsible for the development and regulation of the female reproductive system and secondary sex characteristics. Also, according to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers from Curtin University in Australia discovered that extended breastfeeding reduces the risk of ovarian cancer in women. Women who breastfed for more than 13 months were 63% less likely to develop an ovarian tumor than women who breastfed for fewer than 7 months, according to the study. Breastfeeding for more than 31 months reduced the risk of ovarian cancer by up to 91% in women who had 3 children. Reduce the risk of breast cancer. Breastfeeding mothers had a 25% decreased risk of breast cancer, according to studies. The lowered risk is proportional to the amount of time a woman has breastfed throughout her life. That is, women who have breastfed for a long time have the lowest risk. Research shows mothers who breastfeed lower the risk of pre- and post-menopausal breast cancer, and breastfeeding longer than the recommended 6 months can provide additional protection. Breast tissue is also shed during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Wolford explains, this shedding can assist in clearing cells with potential DNA damage. therefore reducing your chances of getting breast cancer. During lactation, most women who breastfeed undergo hormonal changes that cause their menstrual periods to be delayed. This lowers a woman's lifetime exposure to estrogen, which can encourage breast cancer cell growth. Lower risk of endometriosis. Endometriosis is a condition in which tissue that lining the uterus grows outside the womb, generally in the pelvic area, and affects about 10% of the women in the United States. It is a condition that causes persistent pain and can lead to infertility. Pain medication, hormone therapy, surgery to remove the displaced uterine tissue, and in certain circumstances, total hysterectomy are all options for treatment. According to Harvard Medical School in Boston's Dr. Leslie V. Farland, for women who want to lower their risk of endometriosis, breastfeeding is one potentially modifiable approach to do so. Researchers from Harvard Medical School reviewed data from 72,394 moms in a 2017 study. Endometriosis was diagnosed in 3,296 of them. Nursing moms are less likely to develop endometriosis, according to the study, and the longer the duration of exclusive breastfeeding, the lower the risk of endometriosis. Reduce the risk of osteoporosis. Study shows that breastfeeding lowers the incidence of osteoporosis-related fractures. For each month of nursing, they computed a 0.9% reduction in any osteoporosis-related damage. Breastfeeding reduces the risk of hip fracture by 1.2% for every month of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding mothers had lower calcium losses in their urine. Women who nurse for a long time have increased levels of osteocalcin, a hormone that aids in the formation of new bone. Breastfeeding moms create emotional and physical bonding with their little ones. The mother-child bond is strengthened physically and emotionally. Breastfeeding encourages more skin-to-skin contact, as well as stroking and holding. Breastfeeding moms often find themselves staring closely at their bundle of joy as they feed them. Many people believe that loving interaction throughout the first years of life can aid children and adults with social and behavioral issues. Breastfeeding women learn to recognize their baby's cues due to the bond they create. Time is precious, and breastfeeding saves you time. You don't have to spend time preparing formula, like heating the water and making sure the temperature is enough for your baby to drink. Imagine how much time you save going to the grocery to buy formula once it runs out. It saves you time transferring the milk to a clean container, and the list goes on. The time you spent preparing all formula feeding essentials can be used to bond with your bundle of joy or to do other household chores. Or maybe you can spend it reading your favorite book, or give time for yourself to relax from the exhaustion you feel after taking care of your little one. Don't get me wrong, I know it is fulfilling to be able to take care of your little one, but let's admit it, it is also exhausting at the same time. How about you? Are you breastfeeding your little one? What are the benefits of breastfeeding to you? Please tell us in the comment section below. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and families. Stay tuned for more videos only here at The Mentor. Thanks for watching.